Hello and welcome to AutoX. Today we come to you from the lake city of Udaipur, and we have with us the Honda BRV, or bold runabout vehicle as Honda likes to refer to it. The BRV is Honda's take on the small and mid-size SUV segment, although Honda's clear to distinguish this as a crossover rather than saying it is an SUV, because the BRV is based on the same platform as the Amaze and the Mobilio, which happens to be the Honda BRV hatchback platform. The BRV is Honda's take on the small and mid-size SUV segment. This car will take on the likes of the Renault Duster and the Hyundai Creta. For the BRV, Honda has given it a little bit of a bold styling with a nice chunky front grille, a tall bumper, and these black bezel headlamps which feature projector lamps as well. For the BRV, Honda's really stretched this platform. The car is longer than both the Creta and the Duster. However, because of the limitations of the Brio platform, this car is narrower than both its rivals. So let's take a closer look at the styling and appearance of the BRV. Coming to the interiors, it has the same dashboard as of the updated Amaze. However, there's a little bit of difference. The finish here is a little different, and the steering wheel is different as well and leather wrapped. So is the gear lever. What is new though are the seats. Moving on from the Brio, Amaze and Mobilio, Honda has fitted these nice leather seats here which offer good lower back support and under thigh support. That said, there could have been a little better support for the shoulders. Coming to the second row, there's plenty of space here actually. The seats are nice and supportive too. What really is a party trick here is that if you think I'm sitting too upright, I can easily recline the rear seat here like that. I can also slide it forward to make more leg space for the third row occupants. Otherwise, you get an armrest, and there's bottle holders in the doors and on the center console, so not a bad place to be in. Access to the third row isn't too difficult as well. All I have to do is just flip this lever. As is the case with third row seats, you don't get enough under thigh support, but otherwise you can move the second row forward as I mentioned earlier, so you'll have a little bit more leg room. I get adjustable headrest, and for somebody who's not 6 foot tall, you can make short trips in the third row seat. Coming to boot space, with all 3 rows of seats up, you get 223 liters, which is not too bad actually. But if you want to move more luggage around, you can simply fold these seats very easily again with the levers there, and you can pull that to lift the third row. So that's a fairly generous luggage area actually, if you consider. So here we are on board the BRV. This happens to be the diesel model, which is powered by the same 1.5 ID.Tech diesel engine that Honda's developed and put into the Amaze, Mobilio, City, and now the BRV. Now we're quite familiar with Honda's 1.5 litre ID.Tech diesel engine, but in the BRV, because of its added weight, it does tend to feel a little bit sluggish. Now I've slowed down and I'm picking up from third gear, and if I am say at 2000 RPM, then it'll rev, and it tends to get noisy, as is the case with this engine. But if we slow down again and say supposing we come to a speed breaker, now at slower speed, supposing I've just crossed a speed breaker and I'm in second gear, I'd let the clutch go, the power comes in only at 1500 RPM. Below that, before the turbo spools, there's really nothing there, and you have to downshift to first gear to get some power and then get going again. It's the mid-range of this engine though that is the strongest point for it, and it offers good ability to cruise. Added to that, we have the 6-speed gearbox, which will, I'm pretty sure, give us very good fuel efficiency on long highway runs. Now I have been driving the Honda City diesel and the Honda Amaze diesel recently. Now the City has a heavier clutch, and being Honda's gearbox, it is a little bit notchy even here. But the Amaze, the updated one which I've been driving, is really amazing on its own, because the clutch is much lighter now, the gearbox is less notchy, and it's much the same story with this BRV. The clutch feels really light while shifting gears, so I'm sure driving in peak hour city traffic won't be that much of a problem at all. Now you won't believe this, but in the Honda Amaze Diesel inside Delhi, I was getting 20 kilometers to a liter and a little bit more sometimes. So I'm pretty sure the BRV is going to be excellent on the fuel efficiency front in cities as well. We should also make it the most efficient car in its segment. So we're now driving the automatic BRV. This car is powered by the same 1.5 liter iVTEC petrol engine that also does duty in the Honda City. The CVT gearbox comes with a sports mode and paddle shifters behind the steering wheel for manual gear shifts. Downshifts and upshifts from the paddle shifters are pretty responsive. But then again, this is a CVT gearbox and the typical rubber band effect associated with these transmissions is very much present here. Put it in sports mode and the engine will hold revs longer, but then again it gets a little bit noisy in the cabin when you do that. This automatic gearbox then is suited more for relaxed cruising in urban conditions rather than for more spirited driving. As a crossover, Honda's BRV is a somewhat different product from mid-size sedans and SUVs. Its core strengths lie as a spacious 7-seater vehicle and, of course, its Honda badge for bulletproof reliability. That said, with prices ranging between Rs 8.75 lakh to Rs 12.90 lakh ex-showroom Delhi, we will have to wait and watch the sales charts as to see how the market accepts the BRV.